did see it, it at one point. I didn't use your rapier, actually, on one of the creatures, and you did like a ton of damage to one of the guys who fled.
Ton of damage, eh? Was it that much of a fun damage, or? I got your stream up spin as well, so I'm currently lower, not muted, but lower it as low as I can, because, yeah.
Well, Joker, I don't know what internet browser are you using to watch?
I use 4 different ones, actually. I use Mozilla, I use Google, I use Opera GX, and I use Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge.
Let's see if this is going to work at all.
Google Chrome.
Okay, at the top of the bar, you can right-click the tab that Twitch is open in, and click Mute tab.
It says Mute Site, not Mute Tab.
Yeah, Mute Site.
Alright, there you go.
And that way you can turn your volume up, I think it's above 50% on the Twitch player, because otherwise it doesn't count as a view.
Okay, well, I was just curious, because, how that works.
Hello.
Hello.
Peace.
We can hear you.
Hi.
So you guys can hear me, but the stream cannot, so let's see.
I just unmuted stream. The stream can hear you.
It is not coming through on my stream at all. There it is. Okay. That was weird. Okay. NAS test. Excellent.
Is Kithri going to be joining us?
Alright, so when last we played... Oh, I do not have this map up, so I'll share this map. You guys were still in the Candle Keep and had made arrangements to get Tusk and Genesis back, and you did successfully do so. So to pay that debt, you had to go take care of some outstanding debts that these apprentices got themselves into unknowingly, and they, being apprentices and scholarly apprentices at that, would not have been very effective fighting in the 9 Hells. So their mentor is the one who switched Genesis and Tusk back where they belonged and gave you their task, which was to rescue, go down there and try to rescue the kids. And that is where you all were when we left off last week. So let's go ahead. Why is... Oh, Genesis has one. I was like, why is Godin's spiritual weapon here? Because you guys worship the same deity, that's why. And it's not Godin's, it's Genesis. Okay.
Yep.
So, skipped a bunch of things. Is there anything else? While you guys are talking, I will throw up the pictures. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add?
Not really. We're kind of doing this as a quick side quest before we go and figure out the mummy thing.
It is
with
very
the book
nice to be ourselves before
and the
we do
missing
mummy
person.
thing.
That's true.
I'd also like to add that how do apprentices at that, well, scholars, not know they're signing their soul over to fiends, basically? Like, how does that work?
Oh, there's
Well,
actually,
so-
we ran into that before too.
This contract is one of those you immediately accept upon accepting the flyer, and they just hand it out to people that are just like in the middle of the city. And it says
And it
that you
has
must kill so many
extremely
demons.
fine small print that it so
Yes.
fine that it looks like a line on the paper.
So what you're saying is don't accept
Don't accept
objects.
random flyers.
I was gonna say don't accept objects from strangers. Fair enough.
Yep.
So you can
But
they
if
would
it's the
teach
same
strangers.
contract as what we got a while ago, and actually Tusk still technically had one, you get
Your contract.
money in exchange for killing things. Or killing demons.
I'm gonna be real
I
with
think
you.
this one might be slightly different as there's the objective of
Yeah.
rescuing the sus children.
You think they would teach stranger danger in the D&D world? Just saying, like, don't take strange stuff off of strange men standing in the middle of the street handing out strange flyers. Like,
Well, hey, for us, it was a woman and a child handing out flyers. So
Yeah.
don't
That
make
looks like
assumptions,
homeless
Joker.
peasants.
I know, but like, still, though, if you don't know somebody, or you just even in real life, are you just going to randomly go up and say, "Hi, I'll take that off of you"? Sure. Like, I'm not just going to randomly go up to somebody and be like, "Hi, I'll take a flyer." Like, no.
Well, to be in our personal defense, it was more like hey, someone is looking for people to do this quest. We're handing out flyers to people who might be interested in doing this quest. Just so happens to be you accept the quest upon accepting the flyer.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, this.
Even in Cards on Horizon, you can get paid to stop and earn 5,000 loot.
You are now
Cloud-
legally bound. Simple as that.
Bounties vary by demon. Where does it say you're legally bound?
In that black bar at the top.
What black bar? I don't see a black bar.
Zoom
So if
out
you
a
look at the
little bit.
very top, above the word like demon at the very top, there's a little black bar. And you can't really zoom in for just how the picture works.
Oh,
Sven
okay.
does have like images elsewhere that like it's like this is what this says. It's the yeah, exactly. Ferna, that's what.
Ferna and her
top
top-
lieutenants. That's what it was. No less than 2 demons. Killed no less than 2 demons.
Oh, wow. That's the epitome of fucking a con right there, just saying. Like,
Well, it's
that's
devils.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
like, I'm just.
That reminds me.
By accepting this paper of your own free will and without coercion, you willingly and knowingly accept the terms of this contract.
And obligated to answer the summons of firm. Oh, wow. Like, what if you just pick it up and like don't even accept it and just like take it and just like throw it? Like, even if you don't even like say without like, even if you don't like take the flyer like actually outright and you just toss it in the garbage, like you're still bound to them.
You still took the flyer because you made
Oh,
basically
wow.
you willingly picked up the flyer. That's the condition to accept the contract.
That's literally the term of you've been debated.
When you
You've
throw it
been-
away,
you've been
it
demoted.
comes back to your person.
Oh,
You will find it in
wow.
your pouch or your backpack.
Oh,
A
wow.
binding contract. that you are bound to.
All right, so remind me next time we go to one of the towns in D&D never to take any strange papers off of strange people.
Anyway, that's what happened to these apprentices.
Ah, fair enough.
Something similar to this. That was what the PCs got.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Makes sense then.
Well, anyway, I got sidetracked. I was looking for the babies. There it is.
So what I'm seeing here is Tusk is literally taking on the Lava Lord himself and killing him.
Well, Gimbal was shooting magic at it.
Yep.
Oh, Gimbal was helping. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is where we left off. Now that you guys have an idea of what's going on, is top of round 6 with Tusk. You guys are almost done. What would you like to do,
Yes,
Tusk?
which do what I do best. And Reckless, Great Weapon Master, attack this Lava Lord.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Wow, 2 3s. Reminds me.
It was meant to be.
Alright. Oh, we did not have him targeted. Let's see. That's it? Oh, you did have him targeted. Okay, it was hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it told me a hit.
Just, I was waiting.
So roll damage real quick.
There he is.
I don't know if my dex save failed or not, so I was kind of waiting to see what happened from that, which is why I was waiting on damage.
Alright, and now I need another dex saving throw.
Okay.
As this thing turns into magma, splashes down and around.
That was a little bit of a better, but still not the best.
And you take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Alright, what would you like to do?
All right. With that, as I'm kind of our tokens are not locked. Apparently,
There you go.
I kind of like dance back away from the lava, still getting caught in it a little bit, but to like the edge of the crust, and then I wanted to get still have a better vantage point. I'm gonna try and make my way sort of around all this lava junk to about there to get still a view on this flying harpy. And with my other attack, I'm going to throw Bronze Tusk at the harpy.
Okay.
That was almost a 20. And I will use that. And I believe that's it for me this round. As I finish off the Lava Lord and dance away to try to finish off a small fry.
Alright, so it is sitting there and cooing and gurgling. And the harpy is going to chuck a spine at you. And miss. Second spine. Also missed, even worse. And then she disappears into the smoke. Alright, so it's just over to Genesis.
Look, man. I know those are like demon babies, but they still look like, I don't know. Jen feels like a little bit bad about trying to kill him, but you know, it's fine, I guess.
But
Hmm?
never mind. I'm on the other side of the battlefield. I don't know what you're doing.
Bro, I don't even know what she's doing. It's been a while. Okay, sorry. I'm going over to my spiritual weapon to try to remember how far it can move. It's fine.
I believe it's 20 feet.
20 feet is bonus action, I believe.
I also thought
Moves
so,
it.
but I wasn't 100% sure. And of course, after everybody says it, is when I finally find the freaking thing. It's fine.
Mhm.
She's moving her weapon there. And then, not seeing any other people to fight, she is going to go ahead. Damn, this feels bad. They look too much like human babies, even though she knows for sure they're not. And she's going to take her light crossbow, shoot at a baby. This is fine. This is like the kind of thing that's gonna get taken out of context and get Jen canceled.
Yeah.
That's a hit. That's damage.
Right, the bolt flies out, slams and knocks it down, it rolls a little bit. Looks up at you with his lip quivering.
No, I've been close to you. I know that you're not. She's like, you had way too many teeth.
Jen in existential crisis at the moment.
Alright, John.
Did he share with you guys what the picture looks like?
They haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I have the.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen the actual demon babies, but I see a picture of the actual baby.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are legit the only one who witnessed the fact that they are not regular babies.
Yep, so John is just going to walk past Jen, who is baby killing over there. I'm just kidding, John. I don't want to make you feel worse or uncomfortable. But John is just going to pretty much move, I guess, 30 feet and dash. Dash is a reaction for a rogue, if I recall correctly, right?
No, it's
bonus
a-
action.
They gain
Alright.
a bonus action.
Alright, so bonus action. Does that mean I consume my actual regular action to dash or no? I forget. It's been a while since I've played the actual full
Bonus
rogue.
action, and that called cunning action. That cunning action allows you to take a bonus action dash or disengage.
So I can
hide.
still dash basically and still attack, correct or no?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Well then I'm going to bonus action dash. I'm gonna move 30 feet here. And bonus action dash 30 more.
Now there's lava in front of you. Where's the other 30 feet going?
The 30 feet is going to go sort of around the lava, so like 20 there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cut like a little path right through here. I'm trying to line it up here because my map's sort of small. That's 35. Right there. Like, go around the lava and just follow that little cubbyhole pole there. I don't know if I can go around the lava, but yeah, that's what I'm doing
You
there.
go to there, and then you go down 10 feet. 30.
Yes.
You can't cut through this. This is a giant rock formation.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just black because of I couldn't see what was behind it, or so if there's something behind it. All right, I'm just
That is
going
correct.
to.
You cannot see what's behind it because it's
All right,
a
I'm
rock
just.
formation.
All right, well, I'm just going to do that and yell, "Tuss, do you see anything?" Then pretty much wait for Tuss to yell back to me next time. So, but yeah.
The smoke.
Through the smoke. All right. And now that Tuss has yelled back through the smoke, I'm going to pretty much stand here and figure out which smoke I have to get through. So yeah, I'm in my turn.
You did have another foe,
You had enough.
but the foe has already been defeated.
Yes, I remember this from when we first arrived at the point of the thing. We had this and the harpies, then Lava Lord just popped out of randomly nowhere.
It was just on the other side.
It wasn't
Pretty-
nowhere. He came out of lava because he's a lava lord.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so alright, so you don't say anything to Genesis. You're just gonna let her shoot a human baby and not say anything, or not react at all.
No, not really. I mean, like, to be fair though, on this adventure, I've seen more weirder things happen, so I can't really say anything. Cough, cough, Tusk turning into Mantha, and Mantha turning into Tusk, or Jen turning into Tusk, and Tusk turning into Jen, so... I mean, like, I've seen weirder things than that, so I just don't question anything anymore. I just be like, yeah, she has a reason to do so.
Alright, so Gimble's running up. I'm going to give him a roll. Alright, so he can tell that you're bothered by what you're doing, and he's going to run up and ask, Genesis, what are you doing? Why are you attacking them? I thought we were here to save them. And he's not accusing you, he's legitimately asking you because he's intelligent enough to know if you're doing something, you're doing it for a purpose. And he's going to ready in action to attack with his cantrip if something he recognizes as a threat shows up. Do you respond?
He is still.
Okay, those are
upstream.
not human children. They look like them, but they're not. And if you don't believe me, just go up real close to one of them. It was honestly disturbing. And nobody was around to see it, so I look like I'm crazy, and I know that. But those are not human children.
Alright, Genesis, your turn.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon. Uh, 15 feet to there. Might as well. The spiritual weapon is going to try to bonk the baby-looking thing. And this one is upcast to level 4, by the way. And that's a hit.
Instant death.
Yeah, okay. And then she...
Alright, so as your spiritual weapon comes down, slams into this thing, the blanket covers it, and it just lays there, and this black ichor surrounds it.
See? Not... It's not a it's not a human. That is not my complete turn. That was just my bonus action. And then, she's going to take her crossbow and shoot at the other one.
Okay.
Doesn't feel good. But... And it hits and does it, like, I think the baby was still trying to look like a human baby, and so, like, it was, like, walking on its legs, and just as she shot, it, like tottered and, like, fell on its butt, and so she just kind of skims it.
Okay. I have to consider. Tusk is raging. He was focused on an enemy that flew through the smoke, and then briefly by one of his allies coming up and asking him where the enemy went. So his focus is kind of in the opposite direction from where all the stuff with Jed is happening.
Oh yeah.
And he's raging, but also hitting the loud thunk of the baby.
You heard a very loud splat as this hammer just kind of squashed the baby.
So, like, I'm just trying to think if what is happening there noise-wise was enough to draw his focus for him to pay attention to that, or would he just follow up on the enemy like he normally would? So, you know what? Jen, odds or evens?
Odd.
Okay, he will continue with what he was going to do, and just, kind of ignoring. Well, not ignoring, but, like, not fully paying attention to that. So he's going to just, like, run through the fog after the enemy that he was pursuing.
Right, so give me a survival check and a percentile.
Okay. There's the survival check. There's the tower just in case, and there's the percentile. Hey, 60. Nice round number.
25 feet. You see.
Doesn't look like.
Give me a perception check.
Poop.
So you see, you hear some wings coming from, and you can just, so you're pretty sure she's either flew over or flew around this rocks in front of you.
All right, 25. So I will move 15 feet that way to see what I can see for the rest of my base movement. I will bonus action stepping nail to Misty Step, 30 feet. To, we'll say to there, to 20 feet instead. Okay. That's within. It says 25 feet, but she's also up.
Mm-hmm.
So is that still
25 feet, yeah.
Roughly 20? Okay, just wanted to double check. I didn't remember if it calculated with the height. So that is within range, which is a range of 30 for the toss my axe at it. Ignore it, I just forgot to. And that is a miss.
Okay. So per D&D, if she's here, that is 20 feet because she's 20 feet up. If she is 30 feet up, that's 30 feet away. But because
it does calculate
25 feet from where you were, which she is now, but less than 25 feet high, she's still 20 feet away, or 25 feet away. So it's either
nice.
one, the height or distance, whichever one is greater. That's the range for as per D&D. Yes, the science majors can freak out and say Pythagoras' theorem is different, but that's not D&D.
I mean, hey, that makes this quick and easy, so.
Alright, so she sort of hisses, and she's just going to dive bomb you then, since you won't let her leave. And she gets how many? Let's see. Okay. Claw. And she's going to spike you as she's flying down. Both of them miss. And she gets one more claw. Is that a hit? Wow,
That
she's
is a hit.
She doesn't know what to do now. Alright, this should see if she can one-shot you.
Yeah.
Almost max damage. Take that. 3 points of damage. Right? John. Tuska's running blindly through the clouds.
Yeah, John's gonna follow behind them and pretty much run. Have to loop around this, so 5 feet there and 10 feet this way. 30 is right there.
Not sure what the clouds are, but you'll be missed.
Yeah. And I I guess, do I see anything else? No. Do I hear any fighting or anything? No.
Give me a perception check. So yes, as soon as you step into the cloud bank, you cannot see anything. You can barely even see your feet.
Yes, well, do I hear fighting or anything? So let me give a perception check. Give me a second. Perception. In the tower or not in tower?
In a tower. So you hear a screech of a harpy to the north, or in a direction. So give me a survival check and a
Survival.
percentile.
Survival and percentile. Alright, give me a second. In tower?
No.
Alright, so survival and 21. And there's a percentile.
Okay.
27.
Alright, and now what do you want to do?
Sun
to the north.
Sun to north, I'm just going to dash north then, so I guess I'll just move straight up 30 feet if I can. 25, 30. There you go. Move straight up 30 feet, I guess. Alright, do I see anything? Do I see Tusk? Do I see anybody?
Alright, so with your crit on survival, and yes, people watching, calm down. I know there's no such thing. You do see tracks of Tusk, so I'll say you would have gone here, and that lets you see him.
Alright, well, since
your bonus action and your move, so you still have your standard to do whatever you want.
Alright, so I can see the harpy on my screen.
So the black line, you can see the token, but the black line doesn't go through her square, so no, you cannot see her.
Oh, okay. I have
to something, but you can't see her enough to target her.
Alright, well, I guess, I don't know, I guess already I guess, hold on, let me see her, see this. Can I do a Blade Ward on Tusk? Is it possible to do Blade Ward on Tusk or no?
What does the target say for Blade Ward?
It says self, but it's a spell, so...
Yep, so that's only self.
Alright, well, I guess I'll do it on myself then in case the harpy comes to attack me. I'll cast Blade Ward. That is a cantrip, so I do not require to use a spell slot.
Correct, there should be an effect.
I did. No, it just... Yeah, that was effective. Yeah. Alright, I clicked the effect.
Okay,
alright.
So it's not right. Give me a second here.
Alright.
See what's wrong. I just think it should be applied to self. So let me just fix that. Blade Ward, let's see. Click. Yeah, it's on target. Alright, now click it again.
Alright, well, I'm going to cast Blade Ward on myself, and that's going to be my action, and just end my turn.
Alright, so these little spinning daggers start circling around you. Alright, so this one... He's gonna sort of... He's been being hit, so he's gonna move back. Come on. Is there room? No, there's not room back there. So he's gonna move back and sort of be toddlering around where the lava is and behind his rock.
I'll hex you for that one.
So he's going to 10, 20, 30. And he's going to start calling to it. Come here, come on. And he's just going to stay there and ready in action. Same thing. If something evil this way comes, he will shoot it.
Look how 3 people
That's a lot
got
of
21 this
21s.
round. Yeah.
Alright, Tusk.
Well, who am I to pass up on this, preferred combat range of attack? So Tusk is going to do what he does best and reckless Great Weapon Master attack this thing. Oop. Wow, that still hit. Low roll relatively, but I still hit. So, hey, damage.
There's
Do they
that.
live? Did I not apply the damage to the? Oh, I did. Okay. Alrighty. And as they are still up, I will attack again. And hit once more. And finish them off. Yeah, so as I, dodging and deflecting some of her attacks, get a little bit of a scratch. I just kind of take the scratch and grin. And with, 2 deft strikes, I just kind of cut them into three separate parts as they, fall to the ground and die.
Nice.
But I guess as I'd take a quick kind of with the rest of my turn, look around, just make sure that the other 2 are not in the nearby vicinity or, what have you, just on edge as he's seeing if those other 2 are still around. But won't quite move, I guess, because doesn't really know if they're here or not. Yeah, I guess he'll keep an eye on, then pass the turn, just as he's kind of looking around.
Okay. You see John Hancock down there. He got these daggers spinning around him through the air.
Okay.
It's magic.
Genesis.
Jen is going to move 20 feet to get a better look at this baby. And then she's going to shoot it with the crossbow. And that's a hit. That damage. And then she's going to go ahead and move her spiritual weapon. "20 feet. And that's gonna try to bonk the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And it does that damage. Kills it.
Can I just say you sound so dead inside, Genesis?
I'm just tired in general, but this doesn't help.
Alright, so again it collapses down, the blanket covers it, and it just the blanket just sort of falls flat as this ichor pools around it.
You don't think I'm crazy, right, Gimbal? Like, that is not the color like a human baby would bleed, right? It's black.
Now that John sees there's really no immediate danger to Tusk since he just heard whatever Tusk was and sees Tusk randomly just looking around, not attacking anything. He's pretty much going to probably work his way back to Jen. So I'm just I'm just going to go 30 feet back into the mist over here. Sven.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Survival check. Alright, give me a second. Survivability.
Waiting for Fancy Grounds to catch up.
Yeah, I don't know if that rolled or not, but did it roll on your end? Because it rolled on my end, but it didn't pop up, Sven.
Okay, just wait a moment.
Up there, yeah.
Alright, so
So, do I know where I'm going, or do I just randomly feel my way through?
you are still in the clouds.
Yes.
After moving 30 feet, you're still in the clouds. What would you like to do?
I'm going to dash and I guess see if I can move. I'm gonna move 25 feet, 25 feet here, and then see if I can move 30 feet down. So 5 more feet down into the area. Can I do that, or I don't know?
Alright, so as you come out of the smoke, you are right next to some lava. Give me a DC, an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check, copy that. In the tower, no tower.
No tower.
28.
You're able to hop over the lava and land, but as you do, some of this lava reaches up and tries to wrap around your leg. Let me find it. Here it is. Click. Oh, it's a dex save again. Okay, so let's see if we save. Alright, you do. So as you jumped over this lava, someone reaches up to you and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Just doing a high step Russian dance as you dodge this lava. So you still have your standard action.
Well, I don't really. I see, according to my marker, my character, I see Jen and I see Gimbal. I don't actually see any monsters in the area, so I guess I'm just going to sadly look around and yell at. Can Genesis hear me? Is it low enough that Genesis can hear me, or do I have to pretty much do anything else, or should I be closer?
You're 30 feet away. She should be able to hear you if you yell.
Alright, well, I'm gonna yell, Genesis, do you see any more monsters or fiends?
Not anymore.
Alright, well, I don't know what Tusk is doing, but if you need me to do anything, feel free to holler for me.
Okay, so you're talking and looking to see what passive is. It's 13, it's 12, so alright, so at this point we will go ahead and take you out of initiative.
Alright. Sorry, I just saw the button for that. As we come out of combat, I'm going to make my adjustments for rage.
What would you guys like to do?
Yeah. After a moment, Tusk will wander back over to where everyone else is through the smoke.
Dawn is just gonna walk over and casually meet up with Genesis and Gimbal, I guess, over here, and just be like, "All right, guys, so what's the plan now to get back?"
Well, Jen is walking away from you guys.
Okay, so as you
As
get
Tusk
there, you
has,
see that there's looks like a wrapped up blanket. And
These
to
things
the
have already tricked me once.
southeast.
Might as well do it again.
Alright,
And
so
she's gonna touch it.
and as you unwrap it, you see there's a doll, wooden carved doll. Vague is tell supposed to be at least you don't see any pointy ears or tusks or horns, so you presume it's human. And as you pick it up, it gets much colder, and the smoke disappears as you guys find yourselves back in the room that you came from in Candlekeep.
Alrighty, well, that was a interesting turn of events.
Is Jen still holding something?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a poorly carved wooden doll wrapped in a baby's blanket.
Well, I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not, but here we are.
so the children were dolls, wood.
Yeah, those babies were not human babies.
Odd. Well,
There's this doll. Maybe that means something to him, but
well, regardless, we killed the demons, which I'm sure is a large part of the contract. Or, well, I guess we didn't kill all of them, but we killed that big lava thing. So, and we're back, so that means the contract must have been fulfilled. But still, I guess check in with the guy who sent us to see you around as I look around the room, see if the guy's around.
John's just going to sit down where he is because, like, he's exhausted. He had to run literally a marathon to find Tux and then a marathon back to find Genesis. He's literally exhausted. He's just sitting on the ground like, yeah, you guys do you. I'll just sit here.
Us is gonna go try and find the Master Jaiji, however you say
So,
that, the
Genesis,
great reader.
you see the contract that you were handed. You see two of them rolled up like when you keep paper rolled up for a while and then open it, even if you let go, it rolls up again. You see that the two of them are on the ground, on the floor near where you guys are standing.
do they look like the ones that we used before? No, the other ones were sealed, weren't they?
Nope, they were rolled up.
Oh, okay.
And he unrolled it. The person unrolled it to have you touch it, to hand it to you.
Okay.
Sven, just as a quick reminder, did I use my contract or did I also take one of the contracts they give me for
They
the
did the
specific
same
job?
thing you did. Just that they unrolled this little strip of paper and
Okay.
said, "Here,
I was,
take this," and held it sort of unrolled, all weird looking, towards you. And when you touched it, it disappeared.
okay. I couldn't remember.
Well, Jen is gonna squat and then use Mage Hand to unroll the paper so she can read it.
How are we going to unroll it with one hand? Let's see. I'm gonna say, give me an Arcana check.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you're having a hard time with this thing. It's rolling, and you're trying to grab it with one hand, which is not your hand, and trying to get it to stop and pin it down, and then unroll it with your fingers, trying to get it to unroll. It's not cooperating.
fine.
Here. And I will like hand Jen like a, like a, hey, Jen's like, use this as a weight, for one of the ends.
Okay, so you, with the python, you're able to sort of get it to roll open. It does not want to stay open, and it curves even around the python that you're holding down with the mage hand and stuff. You can pretty much tell it says, come to, want to learn about demons. There's a lecture and more information to follow. And you can see some sort of telltale border on the top and bottom.
Anybody got a magnifying glass? I'm guessing there's some really fine print on this.
For sure.
I guess it would be good to know if it says anything other than what we actually did.
Well, I don't know if those are the ones that we used or if they're different ones.
You
I guess that's a
definitely
good
know,
point.
especially because I just showed it to you. Yours had nothing to do with the lecture. Yours was
Oh no, I'm talking about the ones that we grabbed to get over here. Like,
no.
a
Those are the
session or
ones you
two
grabbed.
ago. Oh, okay. Well, what do you guys want to do with these?
Oh,
I
I'd say
am
leave
not
them for
sure.
the
Yeah, I'm not sure
people.
if grabbing them again will do anything, so...
I'm sure they have a way. That's how they have for here. So I guess just leave for now. Let's go find Jai, whatever his name was, and convey that we fixed. We did his task. I wonder actually how long. I don't think we were gone that long, but you never know.
Wasn't there also something in the task about getting kids or getting
Yes.
two kids or something like that?
Yeah, his
So
apprentice.
now obviously we found two kids that were not what we expected, but I would have thought that if we didn't complete that, it wouldn't have let us back here either.
Well, I'm not sure that... This is Mantha, I can't not remembering everything, but like... It never said that, like, the apprentices that we're looking for were there. It just that we were going to be helping them by going there. So maybe
Well, no, he means
by
the
going there
two
and fighting
kids
them,
we saw.
No, I
maybe
mean
by
the
going
contract
there we like
was something
fulfilled
else.
some sort of end of the
Yeah, I thought
contract.
they said
that,
something
like,
about
freed
bring those kids back or bring them back or whatever. I don't remember.
I don't
exactly
remember
what it-
exactly either, but I could have swore that in the contract it said to find the kid. They were tasked with bringing the kids back
Can you-
alive. I'm not.
Can I get can I do like a memory check, a history or something to remember? If I can remember, and you can tell me if I.
Person told you as they held out the scrolls to Genesis and Touch. They said, "Make sure you find the kids."
Okay.
think we did our job.
But they weren't kids though; they were dolls, correct? I
Well, but
mean,
maybe they no, they weren't dolls. They were
Well,
alien creatures of some sort.
Those were like
what
demon
you
babies.
missed is that they were, not quite. They looked like human babies, but they weren't quite. Jen killed them and then picked them up, and they turned out to be wooden dolls after
yeah.
she killed them.
No,
Oh.
this was a
That's
separate
separate. That's
thing
separate.
that she found.
Oh,
The
okay.
two
Oh.
things turned into black mush under the blankets. You guys never inspected under the blankets, so you're not sure what happened exactly.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
She's
I guess
picking
I
up was in a
misunderstood
different
that.
place.
Yeah, I thought they turned into dolls. I misunderstood that completely as well.
Okay, well, regardless, we're back. We did what we could. I think that means our job is done, but again, just gonna go convey convey what happened to the guy who hired us.
Cool.
Yeah, and Tuss is gonna, I guess, start wandering in a direction that I think he'll find it. Like, I guess if we're in a room, he'll walk out of the room.
You can't.
Oh,
Door does not open.
Okay. Well,
knock.
maybe that door's not going to open if we don't bring the children back. Maybe we're supposed to go back in or something.
Odd.
I was gonna say John's gonna stand up and be
So
like,
Gimbal
well,
would know, per the contract that you guys, or that Tusk still has, and as you've been talking about it, you've shown him over the time.
Mm-hmm.
The contract says, by accepting this paper. So it has to be handed to you, and you have to accept it in order for the contract to be legally binding. Picking up the paper is not the same as accepting it.
so what you're
Gimbal would
saying?
know that.
So what you're saying basically?
We don't have a way back
Yeah, we don't.
without
Have
finding somebody
Yeah.
that we know of.
What I'm saying,
Well-
what he's saying is it's safe to pick up the paper if these are the same similar contracts. They handed you the paper, it said, take this. You took it and
Right.
teleported. The papers are now on
Yeah.
the ground. It's safe to pick up if they are the same type of contract.
Oh. Well,
So
screw it.
Gimbal will pick them up and inspect them closer. And if I can, I will find a way to see if I can read any of the fine print, see if there's any more information on there. See if I have anything with which, I mean, I've got
Alright, so
Well,
Gimbal
we're
picks
good.
them up.
all sorts of forgery equipment. I don't know what I might have that I could.
Like I said, they're
You-
very challenging, unusually so, to stay open. But you do find there is, just like Tusk's, very small writing in Abyssal.
I will share that with the group. So these are very similar.
Well, was small writing say? Does it say anything that we didn't complete?
Yeah, what is it? Does it read out the contract like the guys talked about, or does it say anything different,
Do
or
any
does
of
it
you
say
speak
exactly the same
Abyssal?
thing? Oh, that's a good question.
I
That's
can
somebody's
if
asking.
I want to spend a first level spell slot.
I do not.
Nobody else has the language.
I do not
Amazing.
have. I
That's
do not
not-
have. I do not have no language abilities either. I don't think. Let me look.
So the answer is extremely simple. Do you want me just to tell you it, or do you want to keep? It's
No,
just
no, we'll.
taking a lot longer than I expected it to be, because it's a very simple thing that has to happen.
So
You guys are doing everything but.
So I will give it a shot. Say, hey, Tusk, take this.
Okay, I'll take the page. It's like,
So before you do that, Gamble, you realize if there is a contract on there and he accepts it, he's now binding himself to a new contract. If you drop it and let him pick it up, then he's not binding himself to a new contract.
All right. So
That's
then
why
we
he
still
said,
need
"Hey,
to.
Tusk, take the."
That's why I wanted to read the writing first. That's why we're trying to use. You said you have a spell that you can read languages.
Again.
Oh, awesome. I will drop it on the ground. Here, you pick it up. You check it out.
Okay. Theoretically, I could spend 10 minutes doing a ritual for this, but I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just spend the spell slot. We're already stuck in a room.
The only other thing I
One.
can think of is the one thing that brought us back here instantly was you picking up that doll. So it's if you drop the doll, maybe we go back.
Wait, I haven't put comprehend languages in my languages yet. Give me a second. Son.
I was just looking. Nobody can speak Abyssal, so
Okay. Jen just cast comprehend languages, so if you want to just send that again, I should be able to read it now.
so you go pick up the paper. The papers disappear. The bundle in your hand disappears, and the door disappears. There's now an archway leading out to the hall.
What the fuck?
Jen is magic.
Well, you knew that Jen was magic.
okay.
Jen just
You
said
had to
open.
hold the contract and the little thing, baby thing. you
And the
picked up.
baby. Okay, that works.
Okay. I don't know
That
why
makes
a doll
sense.
would have fulfilled the contract, but you know, whatever. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a little different. Last time we actually like dealt with the demon guy because I guess there was an exchange of gold.
Right.
It's all figured out. And Tusk will walk through the archway.
Hey, John
I
will
will
get
follow.
up. John will get up from sitting and follow as well. So.
Okay. Alright, so you guys
I'm following.
Ah,
are now free and clear. You have fulfilled your side of the contract. You are now ready to go. So did you want to go back to talk to the person who was looking to get you over to, what is it, Talos? Match of the day. What? I don't have it.
Well, I guess
Oh,
couple things that's on Tusk's mind. One, he would try to let someone know to let the Jaya know, or if he sees Jaya, just let him know, hey, we're back, we did the thing.
Tashaluta.
Two, because I know we did I think it was the bird person, the Aarakocra, who we talked to briefly, that kind of gave us information about the mummy book. We did kind of like hire him to like look into ways to swap us back before this happened. So it's like we should go let him know real quick that he doesn't have to do that anymore. Don't know if we'll get that scroll back, but
So it may have been lost in the translation, or Tusk may just not be remembering, but the person who did the ritual said that Alai Avonmore contacted them.
I did not remember that. So never mind. So that's all taken care of.
Yep.
Um,
So wait, that's Abyssal.
I guess we should just go do the thing that seems time sensitive, but yeah, I'm down for going today, but I'm kind of burnt and bleeding from a couple areas. Mostly I'm burnt, so if we could spend some time before we go do the teleporter for the, to pursue Maya Stan and such. I'd like a quick break
I
to
need
treat my
a,
burns.
I also need a break to go check on Ravenclaw as well, because we were gone for a whole how long, and I just don't want to make sure he didn't attack anybody.
So
Oh, it
you
hasn't
come
been too long.
outside
It's only the
into
morning.
the court of air, and at most it's been half an hour, or it's the next day, or the day before. But time-wise, it seems to be about the same time of day that you left.
Alright.
Anyway, short rest. Forget. I don't know. Maybe we'll go to like an inn or something and like get a meal.
Yeah,
I
meal
mean, we
would be
are right
nice.
next to the inn right here, because we're like
Yeah.
just came out of House of the Binder, and there's like the inn's like right next to it.
Beautiful, and just drinking some would probably help him feel better about his burns. So let's head to the inn and get food and drink before we head off. Sound good?
I
Sure.
And John, if you want to go check on Ravenclaw, you can go do that.
well, I need to
Use the
figure out
power that
so
we're
I
spending.
I need to figure out where we can get food for him, because I don't think he ate before we got here. I'm not exactly sure. So
When you
Yeah, well,
Dude.
especially
left him
Ravenclaw
Go
was
last
go to
night,
the
fishing.
stables because
was
they might
hunting.
just already have the stuff.
he was hunting. All right, then he ate them. Definitely, he's fine then. I'll check on. I'll just peek outside the gate just to check on him and make sure he's good, and hurry back to the end. I'm not gonna keep too much because he's fine. I'm sure he's a griffin. I mean, I don't think there's any
as you
reason to
see
be
him way
concerned.
off in the distance on one of the little coral buildups, is just sort of sitting there as the waves hit and splash onto him and stuff, and he's just sitting there preening himself and
Then he's
himself.
he's definitely fine, and I'll let him little sunbathe and swim in the water, and I'm just gonna head back to the inn and grab food.
Alright, so I'm pushing a short rest.
Okay.
You know there is a temple of Ogma.
Is the Temple of Agma one of those places that will heal people? I believe that was a different temple.
You can ask. You know the Temple of Ogma is all about knowledge.
Okay.
Remember that, and that's where you guys turned in the book. Well, not this temple, but the Temple of Ogma in Nashkel.
Yeah.
Because they have libraries there. This one probably doesn't have a library, but you don't know. You guys haven't been in there yet.
Real quick, just because either I'm forgetting or I don't know how this happened. I have a thing on me that says hit point max -2. Do I know why that's there? Or even know if that's does Tusk know that's a thing that's affecting him?
Tusk probably doesn't even know or care, but you were hit by creatures that drained your hit point maximum by 2, and I believe that was yesterday, so it might have been, because I don't think anybody that you just fought did that. Let me check the last one dude. It doesn't matter, it's only by 2, I'm not going to worry about it, so I'll just go ahead and get rid of it. It'll go away after a long rest anyway, so. And it's only 2, so 195 compared to 197. I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I just saw that there's like, when did that get there?
So if you live by 2
you.
hit points today, then you owe me.
Noted. As I came to down to 101 health by the end of that fight.
Hey man, above half.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Ain't
people are
even
throwing
like-
hit dice. Are we getting assistance from the bard?
Oh yeah.
I guess probably.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah.
I guess Jen will spend a little bit of that time performing for the inn. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
They don't care. There's hardly anybody in there now. Work day.
So
just
anybody
cleaning
that
up.
took a hit die can take that healing and drag it to yourself.
Okay. I continue rolling some hit dice. Alright.
Hey, Tusk, I know this is a bit off topic, but how many hit dice do you have? Just curious.
Equal to my level, which is 12.
Well,
Okay,
Which
I didn't
just rolled all of them.
I was gonna say, that's weird. I was gonna
Well,
say,
actually, not all of them. I rolled all that I had left, which I was, I was missing. I think I rolled 9 because I, had rolled a bunch like the previous day. Then we took a long rest, and I got most of them back except for 3, and then I just rolled all of them.
I was just curious because I still have 5 left out of the 12 because I have 8 in Rogue and then I have 4 in Sorcerer. So that's what I was asking if I had if you rolled it because to heal my health was 7.
Yeah, I had a lot of damage, so I was just not sure how much more we'll fight today. So I thought I'd get ahead of it.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I was I made sure to roll till I was healthy as well because like going into a fight, we don't know if we're gonna fight like something huge. So
anyway, next time we're taking a long rest and not a short one. Got it.
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense
Or
to
at
do a
least
short rest because it's still the same morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we're at least spending 10 minutes so I can do a prayer of healing.
Yeah.
Alright. So
Alrighty.
we have gotten food. I'm
Or
sure
walk over
Tusk
to the
has
Temple of Ogma
gotten some
and have
beer.
them heal you.
Which exactly.
Probably
We started
could have done that.
Started to, but then
Probably. Anyway, you guys cool?
Ale
with
and
heading
some,
out?
home remedy to, put onto the burns. Works wonders for Tusk.
I want.
Yeah, the alcohol just draws the heat out of the burns, obviously.
I'm gonna be real with you. Buttered and fried. I'm sure Tusk would taste amazing.
I don't want to find
You're
out.
human.
Anyway.
Yes, I am human. Yes, it's a joke. It's a joke.
I have heard stories of human cannibals. They're a weird race. Regardless, downs the rest of the drink, whatever he was drinking.
John just breaks out in a laughter because he's just sitting there dying.
Tusk's over here like, yeah, typical humans always wanting to do like cannibalism and shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway,
that's all dealt with.
Do we need any supplies for the road since we're here?
I need to stock up on my arrows, but I don't know if Aunt Candlekeep a Magical City has stock of arrows. I'm currently running low on arrows.
There's a smithy you might want to check to see if they carry any.
I mean, I would need, I don't really need, like, that many. I think I need, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need a bundle, basically. That's only out 10, but that's half of my supply. So if I get in a fight and we need something long range, I'll be useless if I run out of 10 arrows. So,
I mean, best to keep, stock up, I guess. But no, I think your best bet's probably to check the smithy, or at least ask the smithy if they know a place here in Candlekeep before we go. It's just, on the other side of the temple there. Saw on our way in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna swing by the smithy, and I'll meet y'all over by the Emerald Door if you guys want to start over that way. And I'll just swing by the smithy and buy some arrows real quick. And
Sounds good. We'll see you there.
So this is the quest. It's in the quests. So if you guys want to drop it down, or just remember it's in the quests over on the right side of the screen. That is your goal in life.
Currently. So I guess the rest of us will start walking towards the Emerald Door while John does his quick shopping trip.
So she is actually in the pillars of pedagogy.
Oh, the teleporter was in the pillars? I thought the teleporter
You
was
have no
in
idea where it is. That's where the alley is in the pillars.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
LA
did we
gave us
need
direction
to,
towards
like-
the teleporter.
Did we need to
No.
touch base with her before we left or something?
Yes.
Okay. I guess we're gonna go touch base with LA then.
Alright, so you end up having to go to the hearth, John, but you're able to get your arrows for the normal price of PHB plus 20%. Let me see. Items.
so I know how much gold to take off for or give them. So or PHB. 1 gold piece for arrows. All right. Well, I got
So it's
1 gold.
1 gold piece, 2 silver.
All right. Well, I'll give her 1 gold piece.
And 2 silver.
And yeah, I was gonna say I'll give them everything. So let me change that to 720.
Alright, so
All right. So I deducted the gold from that. So and gold and silver pieces. So
All right, we'll go find LA. LA? LA.
Alright, so just as a reminder, this is the book itself. Crystals are shaped sort of like eyes, and on occasion one of them will shift and look in a different direction. She had told you that she's been studying it, and that it arrived at Candlekeep. Again, you guys are just talking about this, remembering who said what to whom, as you guys still smell of smoke, and it's like being out camping for several days. You guys reek of the 9 hells that you were in. But as you're talking about it, you remind each other that it was a donation from the High Priest of Savras. Savras is the deity of divination and fortune. Maya-san had come to Alai, bothered by something she had read in it, saying she wanted to continue her research with the help of the Oracle at the House of the All-Seeing Orb in Teshalar, which is east of Cholt. Maya-san went there by way of teleportation. Shortly after she left, Alai consulted the book she was talking about, trying to get an idea of what was bothering her. And she then found that near the end was a list of names, and it says those who have been bestowed the willing sacrifices. And at the bottom of the page was Mayastan Sadar's name, as well as all of yours. Genesis had done some research on it, had read the book, and it was determined that the book describes rituals relating to the creation of a mummy lord. One way of doing it is a unique and horrific process by which the mummy lord's organs, normally stored in the canopic jars, when it becomes a mummy, they can be magically preserved and transplanted into humanoids, living humanoids. The transplant recipients come under the command and control of the mummy lord, either as living supplicants or mindless golems. The book also hints of a ritual that can free a servant after the mummy lord is destroyed. And so, putting two together, it's determined that you all have been, for some reason or another, have been chosen as recipients of these organs of some mummy lord in some location. And so she went to try to find out more information from the deity of divination, who can scry and see the future and read tea leaves and things, and has not returned. So Alai had seen these extra names. You guys showed up by happenstance or design, who knows? Maybe Savras knows. So she recognized your names immediately because she had just read them that morning and called you in. So, any questions on how that works and what's going on?
Well, I think I had everything.
Okay, so
Yeah, the only thing I would add, or that I thought, was that she had directed us to go to the teleporter, and we were on the way when we got stopped by those two elves, and then got this whole side quest.
I'd also like to ask a question to her. When was it? Do you have a date of when this book was written, like a pre-date or a date of when all this was transcribed in this book? Is there a age on it, like how old this book is? That I would ask her. Allah.
well, Alai has not studied it. She just read it a little bit. Genesis may know. And I'm looking to see if it mentions it. It doesn't say, but it's at least a couple hundred years ago.
Couple hundred years. I know this may sound dumb, guys, and I'm going to look at Genesis, look at Tusk, and look again. We'll be like, if this book is a couple hundred years old, then like that could have been anybody in the past or future named John Hancock. You know, Genesis Stillwater, Tusk, Gimbal, like, you know.
The names are new.
He has a point. Maybe they were from before. You can just.
I mean, they could be before, and they could have
give her
noticed.
Back the book and carry on back to Nashkel if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, like, I don't really know, like, should we go on a strange quest? Well, yes, finding, probably, Mayastan Sadar's, Mayastan, or would be a good idea. I don't think we should go messing around unless we know for a fact that these names are currently us. Get what I'm saying? Because, like...
Well, it sounds like they're fairly certain that they are us, and regardless if it was us or someone in the past, there's someone who's been missing who we have been hired to go find.
Yeah, true.
Look, with my experience with, like, arcane stuff, I will say, I am not too sure that it always matters if the name in there is actually like referring to somebody else, because those are our names in there, and even if there is another Genesis Stillwater, which there probably isn't because this is a stage name, they're not. It's an uncommon name, and also the fact that all of them had to be paired together with John Hancock and Tusk and the odds are so low. And also, even I would want to make sure, I don't
mean,
want
I
to
wonder
have
if
a mummy organs.
I mean, I'm
it's
fine
actually
with.
just something that came to mind. Mummies are a type of undead, right? Like zombies, skeletons.
I would
Are
assume.
they?
I would assume mummies are undead. Yeah, I mean, they're
Hey
dead.
Sven, are mummies undead?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's.
Oh,
Okay.
if well,
We do know of someone who we have kind of pissed off / are, been kind of
Fuck.
against, who has a necromancer who works for him. This is possibly up his alley. Who has been here before, and possibly going to have been here again since we have last seen them. Possibly, I think maybe this Evas. I don't have the name right in front of me, but Aveus. That's roughly his name.
Something like that.
I can look it up in a second, but maybe he came back and wrote our names in here recently.
Damn it! I just wanted to be done with that guy.
I mean, I just wanted to go back
Hopefully
to
that means he's
Nashkel.
somewhere in the area so we can find him and put him where the corpses that
Well,
he's dug up are.
One thing that we did know about him that I don't know why I remember this, but like I think way back when we were at the bank, he had paid in Candlekeep currency. I remember that. I wrote it down.
Right, he was here researching the evil book that we had found. Well, we remember
there's
we
a
found that out
chance
last time we were here.
that this could have happened then. Like we don't even know when it happened.
Wasn't
Or
that
how it happened.
before
We
we
don't
met
even
him?
know if it was him.
I thought Elias.
We know he's been here before.
I thought
could have
Elias.
been here since.
I thought Eli said the book came within like a few days ago, so like the time from us getting here to a few days, he would have to be here quite
Maestan
recently.
has been gone a few days.
Yes.
But also the book is recent.
That's what I'm saying. The book is recent, so like if it's as recent as a few days, then obviously he's not been here within the past few days, so it couldn't have been.
He could have been here in the past few days. We honestly do not know where this person is.
The
It
book,
has to have not known.
book has been here for 2.5 months.
Okay, 2.5 months. Yeah, fair point. Then
And we don't know where this necromancer has been for the past several months.
all right.
Anyway, I don't know if anybody actually asked. Did our names appear in this book, or have they always been in this book?
If I remember correctly, Eli made it sound like they had appeared over the course of a couple of days. Or like they checked it one time and they weren't there, and they checked it another time and they were there. That or they were not notified before they had checked it.
Eli, again, had never looked at the book prior to Maestan leaving. And when she looked at the book, she saw Mayastan's name and then your names, and that's why she recognized your names when she heard you guys were at the entrance. So she does not know when they showed up. They are all in the same handwriting. A lot of the different names are in different handwritings. Mayastan is in one style. All of you are in the same handwriting style, and is after Mayastan.
I'm gonna be real with
Give
you.
me a second. I need to check through my inventory.
I'm gonna ask the question: how do I fall into this though? Because I just recently joined up with the Bronze Fangs not too long ago. So like, yeah, but like if it's that, like that was we've only been traveling, I think, for like how long? Has it been a month? Not even that. Like,
A
I
few
don't know.
days, few days,
There's
maybe a week.
fortune
yeah,
tellers
yeah,
and stuff. Maybe you
yeah.
were destined to join the group at this time, and somebody knew that. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Also,
I
So,
these people we have made enemy with, we know have powerful magic.
as you
So
guys are getting ready, gathering your stuff, and getting ready, talking, figuring out what's going on during this conversation, probably happened during your lunch while you were taking your long
probably.
rest, short rest. We are also going to
Probably.
take a quick break. I was waiting for this to finish, but it looks like it might keep going a little bit, and that's fine. That's perfect. I mean, if you guys are role playing, so that's great. But let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Anthony, I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
and you also have to be 12 inches away from the actual curb. So like they break out like a measuring tape and roller and crap and measure that instant. So if you're any closer or any further away from it, you fail. It's annoying. So you kind of got to get like judged 12 inches exactly.
Just gotta be careful, is all.
Alrighty, folks. So we are back.
Ooh.
I did have one other thing that I want to remind you of. Scrawled in the book are some notes, and part of those notes. Let me go back to I don't like saying things off the cuff. And here it is. Okay, so Zemruthal has written notes and things on it within the borders of the book and along the edges of the pages and things. Zemruthal. And he left a note tucked in an envelope that bears the seal of the House of the All-Seeing Orb, which you guys know is the Temple of Savras in Tashluta, the capital city of Tashalar. And the note is this. It's also linked in the quest. So you guys, if you want to look at it again, just open up the quest and you can see this handout.
Okay.
Alright, any last minute questions, any last minute things you want to purchase or buy or find out, research while you are here?
Nope, I think I'm good. I got the arrows I need, so I'm pretty much well set. I don't know about everybody else, but Genesis is still AFK, so we might want to wait till she comes back to answer for her.
I guess as a quick question, does the library keep like a record of people who have checked this book out, or not checked out, but like requested this book to look at?
Yes.
Do they possibly does the book list possibly contain sorry, I'm trying to find the names real quick. The names of one of possibly two people who Avis keep clicking on the wrong notes, proper nouns. Scroll down so I can just get the right name real quick. Name of Avis, or however you say that name, or Rosseret. Does the list of who people who've looked at this book contain those people?
Alright, so she would need to request that information. Actually, give me a percentile.
Yep. 79.
Alright, so she's not. Let's see. Let me check up on one thing. So she's digging through her stuff, and she's vaguely remembers she knows there was a third person. There was herself. No one had checked it out prior to Myastar. There was one person who looked at it but didn't actually. So there are different levels of security basically within the library, and most visitors are not allowed to remove books from the floor they're on or the building they're in. So they go to, even if they're even allowed through the Emerald Door at all, then the books are brought to them, they study them, and then are returned immediately. That type of thing. Myastar was high enough within Candlekeep hierarchy to where she was allowed to take it and study it and put it back, that type of thing. But even most of her studies were done. She didn't remove it from where it was. Alai did, and obviously because she has it. So the person, there was nobody after. She remembers there was somebody after Myastar and before she grabbed it. Well, she can't remember the name. Give me a. Anybody, all four of you are there, so you can all give me insight checks.
Okay.
All right, in the tower, not in the tower.
It would be in the tower. Alright, so Genesis and John, as she's saying this, she sort of pauses for a second, and you realize this is odd. She should, being the scholar she is and stuff, she should remember a name that she's just read recently. And the fact that she can't remember what the name was bothers her a little bit. She doesn't actually say anything about it. But you can just get that sense from her.
Does she look flustered? Like, does she look like she's hiding something, is what I'm saying. Like, you know how people, when they're flustered, when they can't, like, when they're hiding something, they get, like, a...
Yeah, that's what I just said. She's...
Alright.
It's bothering her, but she's not outright saying it. But it's clear that she should remember what this name is, and... she's just not remembering it.
Was this just John who noticed, or?
And Genesis.
Okay.
I'm going to poke. I'm going to poke Tusk and poke Gimbal in the side and whisper in the ear. She's kind. I don't know how close they are to me, but I'm just gonna poke Tusk and poke Gimbal and have them come to me and be like, she's kind, like, really low, like, not like super loud, but be like, really, like, she's not telling us the full truth. I can tell. So, like, something's up. Like, without actually, like, being, like, super loud. You know what I mean? And, like, kind of, like, giving a vibe, basically, that she's not telling the truth, that I know something's up. And I don't know what Jen is doing, but if Jen wants to contribute to the poking, she can.
So just to clarify, she is telling the truth.
Oh, I know she's telling the truth.
No.
She just doesn't remember something.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
remember it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She should remember it, but she doesn't. That's what I'm.
The last day or two.
Yeah.
Jen, are you gonna say anything if that Tusk is gonna, like, it starts to speak up?
I was just saying that I
Well,
poked
it's kind
Tusk.
of rude to do this right in front of her, guys.
Well, I'm assuming like John leans over, does a quick whisper in
Yeah,
his,
yeah, no,
in their
yeah, no,
ear, but Tusk
yeah,
is going
no.
to go is just gonna say something real quick unless he sees Jen say something.
Yeah. I just quickly whispered over in Tusk and Gimble's ear what's going on, and that's about it. I don't know. However Tusk and Gimble and Eugen want to approach us is up to you, but I just whispered in there to
Look,
let them
man,
know.
I'm out here just like, it's kind of rude to have a side conversation in front of somebody else. I think she hears what you're saying, but like, before like somebody like goes to like speak on it, she tries to like catch their eyes and like shakes her head a little bit.
Well, regardless, if you could look that up, I would appreciate it. Possibly by the time we get back. Moving on, you said you told us Maya Stan that had teleported to this house of the All Eye. Is there? But I personally do not remember if you said there's a way that we could also follow, or if we have to charter a ship.
No, we have teleported here. I have made arrangements for you to do so, to use it. And so
Appreciate
she
it.
will lead you to the bottom of one of the pillars. And takes you into a room. Inside this room is okay, I just read it today. I know it exists. Give me a second here. Find the description of the room you're coming from. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, so she goes in there. There are two mages in there, and they sort of stand, stretch, yawn a little bit, set down the books that they were that they were reading through, and you see the gimbal would recognize there's a teleportation circle set up in front of them. So LA comes over and talks to one of them quietly, and he nods, and they cast the spell, and you all step into this teleportation circle, and the walls around you sort of fade, and it's this gray mist, but there's not mist, it's just sort of absence of anything. It's all around you, you're not even standing on anything anymore, and then the floor forms below you, and the walls reform around you. It's much warmer. Is not as warm as it was in the Nine Hells, but it's definitely warmer, and you are already starting to sweat within a matter of moments. The humidity is much higher here than it was where you left, and you see that you are surrounded by a courtyard garden. There's also several buildings, and as you're sort of looking around, all of a sudden you realize this huge monolith of a building is just off to the side. Sun is very bright as you're outside. You see yellow robed people walking all around you. You presume they're sages and priests. Some are carrying tomes and books. Others have these odd devices. Some of them look like they're clockwork. Some of them are more like crystal balls, and some of them are just floating objects and things as they're moving and walking around you. You see that the big giant building I mentioned has this eyes inscribed on it, including this big giant one above this main door. You presume this is the house of the all-seeing orb.
Well,
You said there were people around, or
Yes, there are people in yellow robes all around. None of them are paying attention to you. You appear in this courtyard within the garden, and you can see this building just off, very close to you.
real quick before we head in, I was looking over this note that you handed me from the that you found in the book, or I read the author's note that you handed to me. This Zemru Thal, I would say it. This guy says that he's the high priest of Savras. So this might be the guy who gave this book to Candlekeep, because they said the high priest of Savras gave the book to Candlekeep. So this might be the person we want to look into. There's also a weird note in here, something about Oracle Valen Sarnaster, who might be someone else to look into. But how this, unless there's a weird metaphor in here that I'm not fully understanding, giving a piece of myself and receiving a piece of her in return.
Sounds like what?
That sounds like what you were talking about. Yeah. So, maybe this Oracle is this, mummy lord. So that might be something to keep an eye out. And with this high priest as her thrall. So I guess we're going to find out if that's just common knowledge here, or if that's something I'm just realizing, reading between the lines here. Like, that's what it sounds like to you, right? As I pass back this author's
It
note.
definitely could be read that way.
But it does say that she's serving the all-seeing. So maybe that's... Well, regardless, this is probably who we should ask about. That and Maya Stone. Just wanted to say that real quick because I read the note, and realizing this is probably really important before we walk into the house of the all-seeing orb.
John's just looking around pretty much, just like looking at all the weird magical devices they have, and it's just like fascinated by it. Like he's not even paying attention to you two talking, he's just fascinated by all the magical baubles going around. John is like a kid in a candy shop when it comes to stuff like that.
Okay.
By the way, in the picture, I see lots of eyeballs on that building. Do any of them, do they like remind me of like what the book cover looks like? Or are they like completely different styles?
You have both. So, do you still have the house open? The temple?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the temple open. Okay, that's pretty similar. Jen is going to point that out.
Makes sense if this book came from there.
I'm gonna be real with you. If you look in a photo of the all-seeing orb and the rupee that's on the actual front of the building, that big rupee in the middle there above the archway, literally, if you zoom in, it looks like the rupee on the front of the book. So, like,
That's what I was talking about.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, they have, like, that's just not an odd coincidence in John's eyes. It's like something that has to be. They have to have something to do with it. Like, I just
Well,
don't think it's a
it
Or
coincidence.
makes
they just
sense as this
like,
book is from here.
yeah, or maybe they just like that decal. Maybe all their books look like this.
Maybe that's a thing here in Schult. Who knows?
You guys never been
Regardless, I
here.
think with the information that I have, thought to share, I think it's good to head in.
You guys have never been here before.
No.
No,
Oh,
we were, what was it? We were on an island relatively near Schult, but not Schult itself.
okay. I was just curious because I didn't know if you guys were ever here before, but yeah, no. I've never been here myself either. Honestly, I've heard of places like this, but I've never been to places like this on my seafaring travels as a, pirate. I've never actually seen places like this, but I've heard of places, so I've heard of a lot of different places.
All right. Do you want to just ask one of these priests, or do we want to go like into the building and see if we can find someone more important looking?
I would probably ask the priest. We just don't want to trample into their temple. Like, we just don't want to walk in and be like, "Hi, guys." Like, we don't know if they have certain laws or restrictions on non, monks or, stuff like that, sages and stuff going in, and priests and stuff. So you might want to ask somebody to point us in a direction. It would be a better object. Because, first of all, because we don't want to insult their religion by stepping on any, boundaries that they have. Get what I'm saying? So that would be a good option to ask.
Jen, you want to take point? Or, I mean, I can go ask, but you are generally better well received when you talk to random people.
Yeah.
Jen is more approachable.
Yeah. Crazy.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
The bard or the con man are your two choices.
Yeah,
choices.
we'll go with the bard.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you, man. The bard or the con man, and the bard is always well received, the con man isn't. So, I mean,
I don't know. Gamble's good at what he does, so he's pretty well received.
I mean, to be fair, I'm a pirate, so, I mean, I rob people as well, but in a different way.
Okay. Alright, so what you got doing?
I'm gonna follow behind Jen as she walks up to somebody and listen to their conversation and be like, just listen and see what the people say.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody that looks like they might be of like higher importance, or is everybody dressed
John,
in the
give me
same
percentile.
robes, same outfit?
Percentile? Alright.
You see the picture. They're all dressed the same way. You don't see anybody with any particular garb that's different. No crowns, no epaulets.
Can I use my inspiration or reroll that? I don't like the 34.
You want
That's pretty
low,
good.
and in this case,
want-
it's not that important. I wouldn't
want
waste your
low.
inspiration on that.
Alright, well, if it's
You
if
don't
I
see any
want
kind
low.
of badge of office. You don't see anything that the only thing that may be different is what they're holding. So that may be the only thing that's major thing that's different is what they're. Some of them have books, some of them have magic items, some of them aren't holding anything. That's really the only thing that's different.
In John's eyes, they looked like acolytes, like training monks, basically, like priests in training, or are they just like certified priests? Get what I'm saying? Also, was I supposed to do the
You see
percentile in the tower?
sages, priests, acolytes, all of the above. Walking
Alright.
around carrying totems, having devices, bustling about. None of them are just randomly wandering or staring at the sights. They're all moving with purpose. You hear one of them. You said you're trying to listen into a conversation.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to listen to the conversation. I'm standing right next to Jenna.
The Sears is making me do this, making me stay late. I can't believe this is the third time this month. I think she has it out for me. I don't think it's really that she has it out for you. Oh, she does, definitely. Completely, and they're gone.
That's funny.
Here, let's go to that one without. That's not holding anything.
Well, I overheard the conversation successfully, right, Sven?
Yes,
Or was that meant for?
You overheard stuff.
All right. So I overheard successfully. I'm going to whisper, or pull Jen and Tusk aside and Gimbal and be like, "Hey, these guys, I heard them whispering about a seer that's supposedly keeping them behind. We might want to look for the seer." I didn't catch the name, Sven, because you cut out. What was the name of the? Did they mention the name of the seer? I should say. Nope. I forget. No. Well, we're looking.
Maybe that's our oracle. Maybe that's someone else. We can ask when we talk to someone.
Yeah, I would look for a seer. They seem to be one of the teachers, by the way the people were talking, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna go up to somebody and ask hey, as visitors, where should we head? I guess.
Roll percentile. And give me one of the 3 charisma checks. Depending on how you're going. Are you being persuasive, intimidating, or the other one, bluff?
Deceptive.
Well, she's gonna go for being persuasive. Do you want that in the tower or in the chat?
No, everybody's watching you, so they can tell how persuasive you are. Go ahead and give me a straight, okay?
Super fucking persuasive.
There's the gem we've come to love.
Okay, so you happen to catch the eye of one of the men who was walking by. He sort of nods at you, and you hold up your hand. He pauses for a moment. You ask him, what?
Sorry guys, I'm not feeling too good, so I'm not gonna be doing super heavy role playing stuff. She's asking where visitors to the area should be directed, basically, to be granted an audience with I don't know,
The high priest.
Maybe the high priest, or maybe somebody who can get us to talk to the high priest or something.
So he's sort of, while you're talking, he's also looking. He's not being rude. He's sort of maintaining eye contact, but you can also see he's looking between, Gimbal, John, this giant half-orc, and this elf. He's, well, beautiful lady, welcome to the House of Savras. I would suggest adventurers like yourself start here within the temple. If you go in, there's usually someone who's there, and they can direct you where you need to go. Would you like me to show you what I'm talking about? As he's pointing to the giant gaping open door at the top of the steps.
thank you for the offer, but I'm sure I can find it myself. Thank you very much. Have a good
Well,
one.
enjoy your time here. Make sure you drink lots of water. It looks like you all are not used to this heat.
Thanks for the tip.
John will say
And we're
thank you as
leaving.
well. Yes.
Yep.
Jen's like, and okay, he's flirting. I don't.
Gives a short wave as we all walk towards the gaping hole of the temple.
Pretty much, yeah.
She's doing enough to be polite, but she's like not like reciprocating.
All right. So as you come in, you see that there are again several priests, people dressed in yellow robes. See, a couple of them are dressed in white, and they're sort of like servants, clearly taking care of things, carrying food, books, doing other things for other people. You see one of them, one of the people there is meditating, and there's a very large, muscular, guessing it's a halfling, maybe dwarf with no beard, with this large palm frond fan that's slowly just moving it up and down, fanning the guy who's meditating. You see that the main, as exciting and as well emblazoned and carved and fancy as the outside is, the inside is almost the opposite. It's very basic. There's just a nice floor, not really like a marble, but some sort of worked stone, and there's a pool, like a large reflecting pool, in the center of the main room that you're in, and a small altar on one of the sides. And as I said, there are people sitting on the ground, sitting on the floors. It's only about 4 people in there. You do see sitting at a table is a female. They all, by the way, you all see the people inside the temple have this third eye tattooed on their forehead. There is a little bit of a difference now that you're inside. Thinking back on people you saw outside, you notice all of the people inside have a sash at their waist. So you're guessing, you can presuming that this means that they're priests, because not all of the people outside had these. You also see that several of them have these fancy looking staves. And then like I said, you see people sweeping the floor, carrying books. Some of them are scrying into the pool. This priest is sitting at this large table, and you see her tattooed eye also has some gemstones in it that reflect the light as she looks up at you. She has dark green hair, cut short, and she has a mark that's shaved into the side of her hair that matches the sigil on her staff. And she looks up and she's pouring tea as she sees you all walk in. She sort of raises her hand. More visitors from Candlekeep. Most delightful. I trust that your journey was not too taxing.
John's gonna ask out of curiosity and see if they say, "Why? How do you know we're from Candlekeep?" Just curious, because it piqued John's interest of how they know we're from Candlekeep if we didn't even say where we came from. We just appeared out of the middle of nowhere. So, like, John's gonna ask a question, curious. How do you know we're from Candlekeep and didn't come from some other place?
If you look around, you can see that I can tell right away you are not dressed like us. I also can see from how the heat is affecting you that you are from a cooler climate. we also worship the deity of the divine and those of divination. She tells us many things. You will find that people have a tendency to know things here that they may more than you may be used to. Come, have a seat.
All right.
So she offers you. See that there are 4 chairs. When Kitty gets here, there will be 5. And
Magically, the correct number of chairs.
she says, I do not. While I do know some things, I do not know the reason for your visit. And while she's talking, she offers you some tea. She also calls over for some Tashlutan wine. Tashluta is the country you're in. And there's a couple people come with some pastries and some finger foods and little fruits as she's talking to you guys.
As Tusk takes some of the wine, it's like, we're here about the previous visitor from Candlekeep, Maya Stan.
Ah, yes, Maya Stan arrived yesterday. I know that she was intending to speak with the Oracle, Valen Sarnaster. The sage was taken to Valen's sanctum, but she has not returned.
Valen's sanctum? Where's that?
Valen lives in a secret sanctum, since she would otherwise be sought out by too many people seeking her wisdom and counsel. It's a portal hidden in the temple here. It's the only means of reaching her. The Oracle.
Well,
she also, Alicia, is her attendant, and she's the only one who has consistent contact with the outside world. Where are my manners? The DM forgot to introduce me. I am Sheer and DeLeon. I am the highest ranking official in the temple, currently. Although you would have no way of knowing this, and I would really have no reason of telling you this, the GM is making up for his previous mistake.
Oh, so you are the current high priest, not the Zemru?
He whose name can never be pronounced.
Canonically, Tusk is bad with names. We'll go with that. We
I'm just going to.
High priest, are you the one who sent the Canopic being book? Canopic being booked to Candlekeep?
So Zemru went through the portal to visit Valen 8 months ago and has not come back. Messages received from him through Alicia say that he continues to study with Valen and plans to remain with her for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
So,
and I did not send this book to Candlekeep, no. Genesis, Gimbal, you would know that the Zamru did. Zamru is the one who sent the book.
Yeah.
I see.
That's right. Zinlu was like, I did? What? No.
John's going to ask a question. Is there any possible way you could give us the grace and the permission to search for our friend? Maya Stan and possibly talk to this Oracle Valen Sarnaster to see if he or she has any idea of what happened to the other people.
Yes, we have been sent to assist Maya Stan, and would appreciate if we could also go see the Oracle, if that is where Maya Stan currently is.
Yes.
Well, as I mentioned, Valen Sarnaster is known to all who serve Savras. Her works have long been an inspiration. She's lived alone for decades now, until Zemru decided to go and study under her. But the influence, she's been alone so that the influence of the outside world does not affect her divinary abilities and her devotion to Savras. If you would wish to go see her, then perhaps that can maybe arranged. And she
If
sort
I
of
may,
calls somebody over and whispers something to them. I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, it's just the two people that we just heard of went to visit Valen and have not returned. Is this a regular occurrence?
Valen, as I mentioned, has been alone. She does not receive very many visitors. But when she does allow visitors, they have always returned.
Not until now.
We've received telecommunication. We've received communications from Zemru. There's nothing wrong with Zemru. He's chosen to stay, and she has allowed it.
And have you received any communication about Maya Stan?
She arrived yesterday, so no, I have not received any communication since yesterday.
John is going to ask a question. He's
I
going
didn't
to.
realize she went there yesterday. Okay.
John is
I thought
going
it's been
to.
a while.
John is going to ask the question to the lady, High Priestess lady. That I have a odd question for you. Do you not find it odd or peculiar that two people that went to visit, well, one person that went to visit Maya Stan has not come back, even though you per se claim that anytime somebody goes to visit Valen, they do come back. Do you find it not quite odd, or in any way weird that they have not returned, even
Or
though they have?
perhaps is
did
it
just
weird
say
that
that
it's
she went there
lasted longer than
yesterday, so
Yeah,
Is it weird that for visits to last longer than the day?
yeah. Or is
Might
it
be a better
weird?
question.
Oh, basically, is it weird that visits are lasting longer than a day, and is it weird that nobody has returned either?
Well, not
Or any
nobody.
type of.
So the other girl comes back and hands her a small slip of paper, and she says, 3 people have traveled through the portal to seek Valen's guidance within the past 3 months, since this is clearly of very great import to you. Zarin Zerodius, a human mage, Akuzor, a tiefling gladiator, and Mayastan, the Candlekeep sage. As with Zermanthal, none of the other visitors have yet returned. This is not unusual, as I do not know their business or what Valen is doing or why they are visiting her. So, no, did not raise any flags or cause any undue attention to be brought to Valen.
Apologies for our curiosity. We have been sent to help Maya Stan, and it was a little unclear of how long Maya Stan planned to stay. So didn't know how long visits tend to last. But again, we would like to also go see the Oracle to go assist Maya Stan, if at all possible.
When
And if she's-
Elisa,
and
when
if-
Elisa returns, we will ask and see if Valen would like any more visitors. And she's talking, another white-robed person comes up and when waits as Sheer nods to her, she hands her a little scroll. She opens it up. She does not seem surprised at all. She says, well, here is an invitation from Valen. It appears that you are expected.
Summoned, yes.
Expected.
Shocker.
Expect.
As I said, we worship Savras. Valen is one of our strongest sages and diviners, so it is not surprising that she would be expecting you.
Well, we should not.
We should.
I was gonna say we should not keep the great Valen waiting. Then we should hurry to meet her. So if you could kindly show us the way to be able to meet her, or show us the way to how to get to her where she resides, that would be amazing.
So there are the names. If you guys cared, or if you don't care.
Yes, I was going to ask.
Thank you. By the way, if we are to have an audience with Valen, is there anything we should know? Any etiquette? Any, hey, don't talk about this, or anything that we should know? It seems rude not to ask, since it's obviously a big part of your culture.
Is there a blessing required to talk with the Oracle, or is it just like,
You have to have her permission, which she has granted.
Alright.
Oh.
And if you're wondering what those names were, this is... Normally I can just copy and paste, but they change things a little bit, and I can't copy and paste, so I have to type these stupid things myself, so it takes me a little longer. So that's the first part of that. 3 other people have traveled through the portal to seek her guidance. Those are the names.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you keeping notes, or like I said, if you're not keeping notes, it doesn't matter either. There you go. Alright, just do not stare at her third eye. And all of you find yourself staring at her third eye. And look away.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Valen is blessed by Savras, but she is still a human like us. We do not hold many customs, and we do not require obsequience or gifts or sacrifices as some of these other civilizations and priesthoods do.
Wait, she's human.
Perhaps a tchotchke or a hand-drawn piece of art as a keepsake. Just kidding. Shouldn't say that.
No. Alrighty. Well, in that case, I guess we better not keep the Oracle waiting, or Sage. Yeah, and goes to follow whoever.
Yeah, I guess we're
Teleporter.
going.
All right,
Yeah,
so
but just
Am I the only one that feels like we're about to, like, at the very least, walk into a really uncomfortable encounter? Or maybe even, like, a trap? Because that's kind of how I feel.
No. I mean, it could be surprisingly actually just pleasant, or maybe something's gone wrong in the past day or so. Who knows? There's
apparently the high priest was the author of the Canopic Being, where our names are written. So
yes, a book that looks like it's like several hundred years old,
but has recent writing in it.
but has some recent writing in it.
Yeah.
In author's notes from said priest, which means that either that was just from when the priest annotated it, possibly more recently, or the priest is really old, along with the oracle.
The priest also could just not be human,
Uh,
Jen says, as a half-elf.
True. True. That's a. No, actually, no. I think I probably have just. I don't know. Still, there's a possibility that there's something up with the sage that makes them possibly more than human.
Sven,
I guess we'll just find out.
Sven, quick
There was
question.
something
This is Nick talking.
Yeah, no,
There was
Sven.
something
Just a
about, like,
quick question. Can I do a Arcana check or some sort of magic check to know if, or I should say, I guess, religion or history to know the age of oracles, like how long they live, or if they have an elongated life or stuff like that? What kind of check would that be to see if I can know how long they live, or like what their average lifespan is as an oracle, or if you become an oracle, is it elongated? Like, can they live longer to become an oracle? Like, get what I'm saying? Like stuff like related to the oracle.
Just like any other class. So it's however long wizards, clerics, pirates, rogues. They're like anybody else. It depends on their race mostly.
But can't magical beings, though? Not saying specifically, can't magical beings use dark magic to extend their life? And also, don't elves live for a really long time?
That's correct. So if the oracle is an elf, they live longer than if the oracle is a human or a halfling or a half-orc. That's correct.
Would I know that offhand, or would I have to perform a check to do that? Just curious, because obviously
that's just how races work in this world, bud.
Yeah, the oracle has nothing to do.
Yeah.
The oracle job itself has nothing. It's not like a lich that grants immortality.
Yeah.
It's just a regular job like anything else.
I will mention though that if one of them is living for a long time, they possibly could be a lich. So be prepared for that, Jen, Tusk, and Gimbal.
I mean, or a mummy lord, because that's what the book's about.
Yeah.
My guess is that there's a possibility that the sage or the oracle might be a mummy lord now or possibly for a while. But that does not necessarily mean that they are malicious. That we'll have to determine upon getting there. Lich better have my money. And this is all speculation. So we shall see as we get there. For now, it's good that we're making progress of moving towards where Maya Stan went, and possibly people who will have more information on this book as we are kind of heading that direction.
Sheer gets up, and after you guys she finishes, doesn't rush you all as you finish your meal, and make sure that you all are encouraged to drink water as well as the wine and other things, that fruit juices and stuff that are there. There's also lots of water that's provided for you all. You do find that you are sweating quite a bit. Even though it doesn't really feel that hot, you find yourself sweating a lot. And so after about 45 minutes to an hour, she feels it was small talk, and we'll answer questions about Salvras or the city or even the little islands you're on. She asks you all some nonsensical questions and things. Not nonsensical is the wrong word, but not important. Just passing time. When you guys finish, she gets up and leads you out. Make sure you all use the bathroom. Once you go, she's not going to stop. So wait for everybody to go to the bathroom. Make sure that You guys wash your hands when you come back out. Go back in and wash your hands. Then she leads you back behind the temple, and there's this nondescript shed. And you see there's 2 acolytes. They've set up parasol type things, little that provide them shade, and they're sitting on these stools. And as she sees you all, they see you all come out. They stand. They sort of give a half bow to Sheer. Genesis, you notice there is a thin line going around the shed, at least in front of the door and stuff. You recognize this as an alarm spell. And
we'll share that. So, sorry guys, I'm not feeling very well. I think I'm gonna head off a little bit early.
okay.
Okay.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep.
Samantha.
Hope you feel better.
Hopefully you feel better. Have a good night, Mantha.
Bye.
So Sheer comes up. She takes out a key, unlocks the shed door, steps in. As you step in, it's a small, about 20 by 20 shed. You'd see there are some gardening tools inside the shed, and but they don't look like they've been used in a while. There's no dirt on them. There's no dirt on the floor. We do see comes over and shifts over a little bag and lifts up this trap door in the floor. It's a 5-foot diameter well, goes down underneath the floor, and there's this sturdy wooden ladder is built inside it, and she starts working her way down the ladder. Is anybody
We'll follow. Tusk
not
will
going
go
to follow?
first.
Okay, so Tusk is going first. John or Gimbal, which one of you are going to go next?
I'll go next. John will go next.
Okay. So Gimbal
Yep.
follows. You guys descend. It's about 20 feet, you're guessing. And then it opens up behind you into this 40-foot square chamber. The walls and floor is clearly carved. It's not a natural room. What you see on the other side is a wall that is a swirling ellipsoid of blue and white light edged by translucent crystals. And from where you are, it sort of looks like a large, giant eye.
Interesting.
Oops, I hope if I could spell. I just have to remember what I call it. Portal? Yes, there it is. Hold on a second, why is this? There it is. Fancy ground is just being a little wonky. There we go. Lock.
Interesting. Actually, that looks pretty cool.
Alright, so give me just a second here. Yeah, I know all that. Okay, here it is.
Alrighty.
Alright, so she motions to portal.
Thank you. And Tusk will just, step on through.
Alright, is anybody not going to step through?
No.
Do you scream in agony as you step through Tusk just to screw with them?
Ah!
Alright, so stepping through the portal brings you into the center of this square room. The walls, the floor, the ceiling are all made of glowing crystal. And there are images of eyes in this crystal. There's a crystal door that's closed in front of you. But you can just make out that there's a corridor beyond it. And there is a yellow-robed priest of Salvus standing there. And let me share the map. So the map was doing weird things. By weird things, I mean things I'm not really used to the map doing. So there we go. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Tusk. Gimbals on. And John. Go. Alright, so now let me check and make sure before I share it. It's doing what it should be doing. Let's see, Tusk. Yes, okay, it looks like it should be doing something. So, if you see, let me blow it up a little bit. So if you see something beyond this one room.
Nope, just see the one room.
Perfect.
Oh, I see. One room.
Great. So there you go. And the chick is in there too. Show you. Well, that stinks. They don't have a picture of her. Okay. Anyway, so you can zoom in and see what she looks like. And she was dressed just like the other ones were, in these yellow robes. And as you come in, she says, "I am Alicia. Welcome. We have been expecting you."
Alright, that's
So
what we were told.
Remember that Alicia is her servant, intern, acolyte, whatever you want to call it, of the main sage. And this is where we'll leave it for this week. Next week is Nick's Campaign of Awesomeness.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize it was locked. There we go. Token draw unlocked.
While we entered a temple this week, now we have to see next week if they can escape a temple.
That's right.
Temple in which we murdered so many acolytes, which are cultists disguised as acolytes, and the whole town's out to get us. So stay tuned on the next episode of Nick's Awesome Campaign. Dun dun dun.
Crystal Heart. All right. So yeah. So hopefully, and then so in 2 weeks, because there are not 5 Wednesdays in this month. 2 weeks we'll be back here. I redid the map this crystal map did not come with it. It's sadly just black and white, so this is a little bit more indicative of what you're actually seeing, surrounded by these crystals and things.
Yeah.
So we'll pick it up here. Be thinking about what you guys want to do, what you want to say to her, and we will pick up here next week, 2 weeks from now. So thank you so much for playing. Thank you, Zinlu, for stopping by, saying hi. And if you want to see how they got here, check us out on the U's and the Tubes. Don't forget to stop by Zinlu's. He's been doing a lot of Icarus lately. So if you don't know what that is, go to his channel and find out. And be sure to talk to him, because listening to him is 3/4 of the fun.
Zinlu sounds like the singer Trace Atkins.
Joker,
Definitely.
do you know when you're going to be streaming next?
I'm going to continue being alive currently. I'm going to hop on Call of Duty with some friends of mine, so that's why I was going to remain live until probably about Zinlu goes live, which is about probably 2, 3 a.m., so if I can. If I don't get bitched at by the family, so...
Here to his.
So if you're feeling fishy, stay tuned. Go to Joker's for some COD.
Yeah, COD.
Nick has a game on not this Saturday, but next week. He doesn't stream it yet, but maybe one day we can twist his arm and get him on board. But anyway, thanks a lot. Enough chit chat. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Thanks for playing. We will see you in next week for Nick's campaign. Like, subscribe, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Have a good night, everybody.